This video is sponsored by the Foggy Dew, Dublin's legendary pub, located beside the Central Bank and Temple Bar. Come in for great nights, pints and supporting metal. Shout out to our other sponsor, Helio Gas Detection.
Hey everybody, Richie here from the Metal Cell podcast. I've got some old friends coming back on the show. I've got Jake and Brien from Elder Druid and newest member Robbie Beckett also, lads. An absolute pleasure to have you back. Been a while.
It has been, Richie. Cheers for having us. Always a pleasure.
I had to go back and check because the old fucking memory isn't as great as it used to be. It was episode 73, May 2020, lads.
Jesus.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
6 fucking years ago, lads. You just released Golgotha. Yeah, fucking hell. So, yeah, so remember, it was January 2020. I think you had the launch show planned, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2020. We released Golgotha in 2020, and we did the European tour then, which was one of the only tours that ever happened in 2020 because the pandemic kicked in around March time.
Okay.
So I think we did a Belfast launch, a Dublin launch, and then we did the tour around Europe in 2020.
I was up actually. Was I up there for the Golgotha launch? I think I was.
I think you were, yeah. I think you're off the Belfast one, yeah.
I think I was, yeah.
I think we got back and we were like months away from lockdown when we got back from Europe. Like we just slipped in there and no more.
Fucking hell, like, I mean, what did the rest of that year look like in your heads?
Like the back of my eye,
without the fucking pandemic now, like what can you...
That was actually, it's a really weird setup. That was actually the year that we won Metal to the Masses to play Bloodstock.
Oh, fuck.
Because of the pandemic, like it was all kind of a bit wayward. Like the finals and stuff used to be Simon Hall came over. I don't remember when we played the finals eventually. Like I think we played quarterfinals and then the pandemic happened.
We played, yeah. I think we did the semis.
We did semis maybe.
So they had maybe like 5 or 6 bands in the final, and they decided Simon Hall couldn't fly over to decide the winner. So they picked 3 or 4 local judges, which I think was James Loveday, Wayne Donaldson, and Mark. No, it wasn't Mark Ashley. It was
Johnny Trainer.
No, your fellow from Rock and Load.
Oh.
So the 3 of those were the deciding factors on who played Bloodstock, which was good for us because we didn't have to play the final, and thankfully we won it.
Yeah.
But that was like that year for us was kind of like we did Golgotha and we were kind of like right. Great. We were on like a good track of momentum to be like right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We had like a couple of new songs to be like we're gonna jump straight into a new album here. As soon as we finish Golgotha, things are gonna keep rolling. We're just gonna be straight into a new album. It's gonna be great. We'll keep doing shows. Everyone will keep going, and then it just ground to a halt. Like instantly, like things were like over. Like here it was full. Like UK rules were like nothing. Like you can. No one out seeing their friends, like there's no band practices. Like we had 6 months maybe where we could do nothing. Like we
still had to pay rent for the fucking
we still had to pay rent for
yeah, Dale messing us like, oh lads, like grab the in fucking 6 months.
Yeah. But it was like it was anything you're doing, you're like sneaking around to try and like even see friends and stuff. So it was like
it was fucking bizarre, man. Like looking back now, do you think Golgotha got the audience it deserved?
I think it could have had a bigger audience, but for what we were given, it did very fucking well. Like it became like it became a thing that was associated with us, like the word Golgotha, the song Golgotha, in all its glory.
There it is in its vinyl glory.
And what a beautiful artwork as well.
It looks in good condition as well.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank you, I mean, like, part of it is like I think obviously with the audience stuff, like with kind of being doing metal stone or metal sludge, whatever you want to call it, it's not like whatever audience we can reach is great. Like we're not going to be like we're going to be selling out shows all the time. We're going to be like this massive thing. For us, it's always kind of been more about what have we taken from albums we've done. So a great example is the song Golgotha. Like we still play it to this day on our sets.
Yeah.
So like that's more what we took out of it as an album, being like we have 3 or 4 songs this album that are just solid set songs that like until recently, like our last few shows we just played, till this day Golgotha has been our ending song for like every single set.
For 6 years. Like,
So what are you still playing off the album actually? As you said, Golgotha, Sentinel, I presume, no?
So Sentinel, we still, if we want like a wee quick opener to a show, Sentinel's a go-to. It's like great. We'll fire that through. That's sort of like great. Voodoo's for example. Obviously, we're sitting in Voodoo here for the interview. Like sometimes you find with Voodoo crowd sort of outside while you start your set. That's like a wee warm-up song, bring the crowd in. So we're still going with Sentinel. We're still going with Golgotha.
Vincent Mori
just made a return to our
Nice.
actually no. Robbie was so confused by this. So as a joke in the band, I could never remember the name Vincent Mori. So I was like, Vin Diesel. Great. We talk about the song Vin Diesel all the time. We told Robbie for that last set, we're gonna open up with Vin Diesel. He was like, what the hell is Vin Diesel? I was like, it's Vincel, Bell, whatever. Vin Diesel. That's it still makes the casual run out, but
Yeah.
our Latin's kind of rusty, so
Yeah.
Diesel, it's easier to say than Vince Mori.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to it today on Spotify on the way home, and like I was trying to think, is it still the band you are or the band that you're becoming? There's no fucking sequence there after Golgotha, obviously, unless you've seen you play live, obviously the new iteration with Daniel as frontman. So it's, I would say, and it just brought back a flood of memories to me, because, as I said, I was at the launch, and I can probably say, that Elder Druid were probably the heaviest fucking band in Ireland back in the day, maybe 10 Ton Slug comes closer to that, but that's why you're on tonight. We're just gonna try and figure out where you are, I mean, like what kept you going forward when there wasn't an immediate reward for doing so, really, with obviously COVID and stuff. So maybe just talk about maybe the year after that, Jake and Brien. I'll get you in, Robbie. I'll get you in. Don't worry.
We're gonna. I mean, years a complete like misrepresentation. I feel like where it's the next 3-4 years after that was we're like we had a few discussions as a band, kind of being like, right, where are we? What do we want to do? And it was always just we want to play music. Like nothing else really matters. Like we're just gonna go. We're gonna play songs. We'll go to practice. We'll see where things take us. Lockdown gets lifted. We're like, great. Let's get stuck back in. Let's start playing some shows.
Yeah.
And immediately, kind of the nice thing coming out of Golgotha, like I said earlier, we kind of had a few songs raring to go. The nice thing with like the way we sort of we compose songs as a band is very much like Jake, nowadays Robbie, back in the day would have been Mikey or Daniel who was playing guitar at that point. Like, here's a riff. Put it in our group chat as a band. I'll go away and figure out drums. They'll figure out a bass part. Like we work kind of separately anyway.
Yeah.
So we had all the plans of like semblance of songs to build out in the future anyway. Which then we spent the next year doing. We spent the next year working on an album. We had an album essentially fully recorded. the album Red Bruce, there was some like issues with members in the band and things.
Yeah, Greg left at that stage, was it?
Yeah, so that was that point there.
And then we have this.
Yep.
Yes.
Was this going to be the original artwork for the album?
No, that was the plan.
I think I've ever seen that. Surprise for you, Robbie.
Elder Druid lore.
Yeah, Robbie's learning the band, right?
Now, I don't fucking know how I got that, by the way. I can't remember how I got it.
It was Calvin Doran did the design.
Right.
The idea was that the next album was supposed to be called Carcosa.
Yes, that rings a bell. Yeah.
We had what, seven
tracks, fully recorded, like in the mixing process.
And we had the artwork. Some of the posts on Facebook we did. We announced the artwork that Calvin did. We announced the track list. But then things happened, and we had to remove a member of the band, and all that was kind of turned on its head because all the stuff that was recorded included vocals.
Fuck.
And then when we took a step back and looked at the music, I think out of the 7 songs, there was 5 of them that we wanted to keep. 2 were just not quite there.
Okay.
So 5 of the songs that were supposed to be on Carcosa, we're still working on and trying to put towards the next album. So
I think the initial plan was let's re-record Carcosa.
Was Coffin Dropper on Carcosa?
Coffin Dropper was, yeah.
So
we're on
oh wow, okay.
Armada and Coffin Dropper.
The ingredient.
Yeah, it was. There was 2 we dropped, but out of the track list for Carcosa,
at minimum we were keeping 5, and then the plan initially was. So Daniel, obviously, we'll move on to like kind of beyond when we started the Carcosa recording process. We had
was Dale mixing? What was Dale doing? He was recording it. Were you still doing it independently yourself? Yeah.
Yeah. So Dale had recorded everything, and Dale was working on the mixes.
Fucking hell. Okay, so it wasn't too much of a fucking expense write-off, like.
No. That was the one saving grace.
It was an in-house situation that we had to deal with. But the 5 of the 7 songs we liked and we aim to release in the future. Armada and Coffin Dropper are 2 off that track list that we play live. Pretty much the last 5 or 6 shows we played those.
Minimum, yeah. Probably the last couple of years they've been like steady members of the set list.
Okay.
Like I was gonna say, the initial plan was let's re-record all of these with Daniel and vocals. So Daniel obviously playing guitar for us, and he kind of wanted to step away from the lead guitar role. He was like, vocals was his main focus. He wanted to start shifting over to playing some vocals in the last couple of years, and we were like, grand, let's fill in a slot. Robbie, I'm about to start pulling you into this, don't worry, we're getting there. So obviously in the last couple of years, and we also lost Mikey, who was playing lead guitar for a long time. Mikey just family commitments, lives in Ballymena, a couple of kids with the wife at home and stuff. It was just too much of a commitment for him to make shows and practice every week. It's just not something he could do anymore. So sadly, the last couple of years I had to say goodbye to Mikey as well. So we're at a stage where we're kind of like, right, we're in a reinvention of the band here. In a way, we have all these songs.
Brian, give us a perspective. What year are we now, like?
Sorry. So right now we're probably 2 years ago. We're probably in 2024 at this stage.
2024.
So if we give a full timeline, 2020 we're in pandemic year. We didn't really get much done. 2020, 2021 we're in the start of the recording process for the new album. We're spending that year. We're not playing many shows. There's honestly not that many shows really going on. Kind of like post-pandemic, things still feel a bit weird. And just in general, so that year is kind of like, right, not a huge amount of shows going on, let's get our heads down and work on this album.
Okay.
Probably got the recordings done that year. 2022 Dale starts the mixing process, and then we're probably like starting more shows and stuff heading into 2023. Obviously things happen with Greg, probably at that stage removal happens there. And then we're in the 2024. At that point, Mikey's like, look, I'd love to see this through with you guys, but family commitments, I need to take a step back here.
And then Daniel was proposing then to do vocals. Okay.
So Daniel had kind of made it clear to us that that's where his passion lay with the band. That's what he wanted to do. Like, he spent years doing either bass and vocals or singing or guitar and vocals. Like, he always double dipped on everything.
Yeah.
He's like, I want a band where I can just be this one thing.
Yeah.
And that's like my goal. I want to start working my vocal talent, because like he was a phenomenal talent in everything he did, but vocals was what he wanted to start shifting his focus.
So do you know, right, again, for the live shows then, Daniel was taken front and center at that stage, yes?
So there was a point on those live shows, we're in a weird middle ground. So this was pre-Robbie joining the band.
Yeah.
Mikey leaving, where we only have, technically speaking, of Daniel's just doing vocals, we have one lead guitar, which is Jag.
Yeah.
So that was the membership's 4. It's Daniel, myself, Jag, and Dale on bass. Which we were always kind of, that was, we said earlier about like us being quite heavy, that was always a big part of our sound, was 2 guitars.
Yes.
So we sort of had a discussion with Daniel and said, look, we want to keep the 2 guitar thing going. We're aware vocals is where you want to be. Let's figure something out. We'll start looking for someone to fill in this guitar spot. And you, for the time being, so that year, sort of 2024, live shows where the 4-piece, where Daniel would have still played guitar on most tracks, and then would have swapped the vocals for Golgotha. Like I said, that was still our kind of
it was mostly instrumental. He would do vocals on Golgotha, and then we played in Bristol. Remember the Bristol show? No, it wasn't Bristol.
It was so Brien, the Brien show.
No, not Brien. It was the one. It was the one where Daniel threw the guitar down and grabbed the microphone.
Oh yes, that was a Bristol show.
Bristol?
Yeah, that was Bristol. That was a very drink-fueled show. That one.
That was the moment, because he'd been talking for ages. He was like, "I love doing the dual guitar thing."
Yeah.
Like he really wanted to become the frontman. And I'm almost what it was Bristol.
It was Bristol, yeah.
5 songs set, 4 songs in, Daniel's steaming. We found Belfast in Bristol. Like, that's all she wrote. And he just threw literally threw it to the ground, grabbed the microphone, and it was a really small show, maybe like fucking 20, 30 people.
In a tiny room as well. So 20, 30 people was a packed out show.
And the move of like throwing the fucking guitar down and like grabbing the microphone, I was like, okay, now he's found his feet. Like,
nice.
He wants to do this. That was the moment where he sort of transcended between guitarist and vocalist.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a cool fucking memory, actually, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, which led us to them being like, right, now we need to be a bit more serious about this. Like, we need to find someone to step in guitar. Daniel's not interested in do this anymore. He doesn't want to do it. But like, to tie back to the recording process, sort of the whole way through this, the plan was these songs are sitting in the vault. We're going to re-record this album. Like, at this stage, like, we're late 2024, early 2025. The plan was still to release Carcosa. That was still the goal.
Yeah.
We have these recordings sitting. We're still kind of happy with them. Let's re-record vocals. Let's get Daniel and do vocals. Let's replan this all. Like, great, Daniel's new vocalist. Let's start looking at a new guitarist. And like a few options on the table. Not as attractive as Mr. Beckett here, being like
Enter Beckett.
Yeah, Enter Beckett. Like, the thing was already like, well, we'll tie in some of the other stuff Robbie does. Like, with Daniel coming in, we kind of had like some hardcore influence coming into the band already.
Nice.
Yeah.
And as soon as Robbie's name was mentioned, like, I didn't know Robbie personally that well before the band. Like, we'd met in passing in the bar, like drunk nights out, whatever. As soon as his name was mentioned, straight away, all the rest of the guys in the band knew him. They're like, yes, get Robbie in, phenomenal guitarist, get him in the band straight away.
Like, I find it very difficult to give praise to Robbie because he's one of my best friends, and like, it's hard to give praise to your best friends. But this dude has been killing it on guitar for many years. In like his ability in a hardcore band like Fried Ends, who are doing extremely well for themselves. To bring that same kind of attitude that Daniel was bringing into the band, like the hardcore element, which he was bringing kind of temporarily as a guitarist, but also his vocals were like very, very hardcore influenced. To bring Robbie in, who knew the songs inside out, like it was a matter of hours. We sent him the stuff through, and when Robbie, I don't know if I'm skipping through the timeline here, but when Robbie finally played with us for the first time, I think our set was like 5 songs.
Right.
4 of them he knew really well. The 5th one, he'd never heard. And we were on stage in this fucking building, and he came up to me before we went on stage, and he was like, "Yo, can you just this riff and this riff?" And I showed him on stage, and he fucking killed it. Like he got up in front of a decent crowd for one of the first times.
Conan? Show before Conan? I think it was Conan.
There might have been the Conan show, yeah. It could have been.
But like the confidence to get up and do that.
Yeah.
Like I could never do that in a month.
To be clear, when Jack said that, like, he had one practice before.
One practice.
One practice. Let's go up and play the show. So like to again link this all sort of together. Where I was kind of going with that was we had all these songs in the vault. Robbie jumped in. We're like, great. We're now a complete unit.
Yeah.
We know what we want. We have all these songs. Let's start re-recording them. And then like to get a bit somber for a second. Like obviously, unfortunately. We lost Daniel, which was probably the hardest time we've ever had as a band. Like
as a human,
yeah. Like
yeah,
it was,
of course.
Us, in general, and like we can go more into that. Like trying not to bring someone down too much and bring the tears forward, but in terms of professionally, like as a band, for us, we were like that's a line in the sand.
Yeah.
Like those what was there at that time, what we had in terms of vocals, what we had in terms of tracks, what we had in terms of songs, like to us we're like that's now in the past. Like that's it was a great time, but we can't bring ourselves to go back to what we were at that stage. We kind of as a unit we have to move forward.
Of course.
Otherwise it's too hard to know on what we were at that stage. So we're kind of like
so what I have here is I have Armada on the Crypt of the Riff, which was live at Voodoo. So this will just give people an idea of Daniel's vocals. It's fairly incredible. And then after this, Robbie, you're taking stage there, man. I have to ask you a few questions. And so we'll jump straight in anyway to Armada first. Fucking hell, man, that is incredible.
I'd be remiss not to mention as well that's improvised.
Yeah,
he was saying gibberish.
Those vocals completely improvised. Like we can't move on without mentioning what phenomenal talent Daniel was. Like musically, as a person, just
there's a bit that you played there, where his voice sort of has this what do you call it?
Almost an echo, kind of.
Like a staccato kind of sound. That was him. I remember seeing him on the stage with the microphone, and he yelled and he moved the mic back and forward like this, like really quickly. And on stage, it didn't sound as good. But when I heard it back, it was that sort of like oscillating sound.
Yeah.
That's the last recording we have done. So that's the last recording we had before we lost Daniel as well. So that's like etched in our brains, where that's like a go-to. We always go back and listen to ourselves.
Yeah, 4 o'clock in the morning, and like with a lot of strangers in your house, you're like, "Yo, come fucking here, listen to this guy's tremolo on his voice."
Fucking amazing, and what a song as well, lads. I mean, it is ye. It's got your fucking DNA all over it. Robbie, obviously you knew the lads from fucking God knows how long. But like, can you particularly pick out a moment for us that stopped you from being, and I know it sounds cliche, the new guy in the band, but can you pick out a particular moment that kind of, for yourself, that you became involved in the creative process with Elder Druid? Was there a particular?
Well, I know it's gone forward a little bit, but we've written a new song that months ago, me and Jake were just, before I even joined, we were just sitting in my house, 4 a.m. and Jake starts playing this riff, and we just work our way around it. And then years, or like, 6 months later, we start writing it together as a band. And like, so even before I was in the band, we were jamming, like,
it was a 4 a.m. job at Robbie's house, and Robbie's got an amazing selection of guitars. And we sat there very, very drunk at 4 a.m. and I started playing some doom riffs. And we just passed the guitar back and forward, and we were like, yeah, there's some fucking good riffs there. And like, one of those has kind of bled its way through, and it's one of the new ones.
To be clear, that is like the official Elder Druid interview process. It's like 4 a.m. Get a guitar in your hands, what riffs can you play? Okay, great.
Yeah.
But Brien, how the fuck did they even remember it? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
That's my job. I'm the more sober one. Yeah. We send me videos, and I'm like, right lads, here we go, play this riff again. Good luck.
He's the crystal ball, we're the crystal swallow.
So Robbie, let me get this straight. So you were involved in Near Death Collective?
Yep, Near Death.
Sudden Strike Records?
Yep.
Old Smoke Promotions?
Yep.
Fred Ends BC, obviously. And anything else that I'm missing apart from Elder Druid?
Top barman of Voodoo.
Voodoo. Every man.
So you've spent years helping other bands, in fairness, through promotions, releases, even community projects on the music side. Which one has taught you the most?
Which one tortured me the most?
Tortured you, no, but I would say taught you the most.
Taught me the most?
You can answer tortured as well. I can probably guess that one, but I know.
Probably the most was probably, I really enjoyed doing Old Smoke Promotions with Jake.
Yeah.
We did 4 shows.
Yeah.
4 shows, and there were 4 very, real sold out. First show sold out. We done it with Daniel, was part of it with us as well.
They were very good shows, but like we were trying to give a platform for other genres in Belfast and try to support that just as music lovers. And the reason why it lasted 4 shows is because you fall in with people who don't really they don't sit in the same wavelength as you do. So like us as metal musicians, we're trying to give our expertise, so to speak, to other bands and provide them with voodoo and try and organize shows. And they were very good, but at the same time you got a lot of flack from these kids who are telling you how the show should go. Yeah. So that's the reason why Old Smoke doesn't exist anymore, because we just get fucking fed up.
Started on a high and ended on a high. in a way.
Yeah. Started. Yeah. True. Yeah.
What was the last show, Robbie?
What was the last show?
Was it Worn Out?
Yeah, I think we had. Yeah, it was.
Oh, nice.
Was Embrace on that? I can't remember Embrace.
Yeah, Worn Out Embrace. Yes, that sounds right.
Something like that. I went with obviously Evan, the lads from Cork down in Evan. But it was a good show. It was a very good show.
So
I think I've collectively decided to stop it.
It was like me personally. It was a bit more. It was too charitable for my own reasons. Like I wanted to try and do this stuff because we had access to Voodoo and we had means of promoting these shows. And you're trying to do people a favor, but a couple of instances happened where they thought they were bigger than us and telling us how to run the shows, and that's where I drew my line. I was like, look, we're trying our fucking best here to get outside the genre and help other people.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, my mum said that, we should have this much money, or my dad said that we should be approaching you for this much money.
And I'm like, hates authority.
Yeah.
Jack just hates John.
No, I just hate cunts. I just hate cunts. It's that simple. We're trying our best to be rational and try and help other genres, but we do a line under it, and I'm content with that.
Okay. So Robbie. Okay, you still haven't answered me. What have taught you the most? Was it actually promotions or playing in bands? Community projects, side projects. What?
Well, out of everything, what taught me the most? I don't know.
I suppose it has to be being a musician, man. Really, ultimately, because they're all connected. Like
I played in bands years ago, and then I stopped for years.
I
was only when Eddie started Fried Ends that I got back up on stage, and I remember even our first show, I was still got the nerves and everything. It was still up until about a year and a half ago that I stopped getting those nervousness on stage.
It's mad, isn't it? Really, yeah. And like people outside of the Irish underground still don't understand about how much goes into keeping a scene and a community alive. What's your own perspective on that?
Well, you got to put in the work to keep it going, and it's hard work.
It is.
I feel like there's fun. There's an aspect of the Belfast scene that the people in Belfast do make it easy to keep this scene alive to some degree. Like people show up for shows, people come for shows, people buy merch.
Yeah.
Like people actually show up to be there. People that are there want to be there. Like we've experienced it a few times on shows and stuff. Whether it's the mainland or wherever we're away to, and it's kind of like people are there for a night out, which is great. Like, don't get me wrong, numbers to the door is phenomenal. But that's the one thing like Belfast that we've always sort of found is that like people are here for the shows. Like people are here to see the bands. They're here because they're interested in the music, and they'll support the bands whatever way they can. So like I think in terms of keeping like the scene going in Belfast, it's like obviously Robbie and Jack have more experience than myself being promoters, but it's far beyond us. Like it's people in Belfast going.
I mean, you only have to look at the young talent coming through now, lads. It's so good, man. It really is. I probably feature more bands from Northern Ireland than I do Southern Ireland with the podcast, and that's a tribute to the scene that you're all involved in up there. It's incredible. It really is, and a great sense of community as well. Everybody helping each other out,
Yeah, I mean, like take for example Jack's Crypt of The Riff he puts on. Like even every crypt, it's like what new bands can we get in, and there's always a deluge of bands. There's like these 10 upcoming bands. Let's get these guys in. Like even that last crypt, you had a band playing their first show.
Dead Weight. I want to give a specific shout out to this band, Dead Weight. They played the first ever show at the last crypt at the start of July. I have five bands on the Friday, 5 bands on the Saturday, and I usually have bands who've been around.
Yeah.
For example,
in position 2 to position 5 on each day, and then the opening bands I like to try and offer a band that has never played before or played a couple of shows before. So Dead Weight were like, we love We love doom metal. We love Windhand, all these kind of bands. Like we love to play Crypt. And I gave them the slot in July there to open the Friday. And we had something like 85 people upstairs. You know, doors are 8 o'clock. They're on at 8:30. So to get 85 people through the fucking door at 8:30, even on a Friday, like it was fucking amazing. And like these kids are like tremendously good, but tremendously humble as well. And I like literally where I'm looking right now, just over there. Before they went on stage, they were in a huddle like a fucking football team, and they were like, I walked over and I was like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And they went on stage, and obviously they were finding their feet. It was their first ever show, but they started as like slow doom. They had some D-beat songs. They pushed the tempo up a little bit. At the end of the fucking set, like 30 minutes later, the whole crowd dead weight. Like, how fucking cool is that? They bring a band out of nowhere
The first show as well.
for their first ever show and kill it like that. Like, it's a beautiful thing. It really is.
It is a beautiful thing. Yeah, it's great to hear, man. Fuck. We'll continue there with Robbie. So Jake, best friend, you know, did you immediately start writing to his strengths, or did you need to kind of discover what his strengths were actually? This is now for Elder Druid.
Well, musically, me and Jake have always been into the same music.
That's interesting.
As a guitarist, as much as I love heavy, fast riffs, I'm also a real
Heavy,
sucker
slow
for
riffs.
slow riffs. Like
down
tune,
the
chuggy stuff.
The tempo is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Heavy fucking riff.
The tempo is irrelevant. I love that.
Yeah. So whenever I joined Elder Druid, I already knew the songs because I've been a fan of them. I've been watching them at the shows for years and known the guys. But just I don't know. We've only written one new song, but still many more to come.
It was like the confidence of Robbie when we play. It must have been our first show with Robbie, and I can't remember what the fuck happened, but that morning of the show, I was nervous because he'd had like one practice with us.
Yeah.
Like I'm fucking nervous. I'm speaking to my fiance and I'm like, I'm fucking nervous about tonight. And then I messaged him and he was like, yeah, I'm good, man. And I was like, okay.
I think Robbie was the only one not nervous.
Yeah.
Like, I think
Mad.
For the first time in years, I'm nervous. Like I've not been nervous for a show in years. But
even when we got on stage, I was sort of turning around to him, being like, oh, you know, if you need a hand, man, like this is how it goes. And he had his back turned to me the whole fucking time. It was just his prowess like shone through because he didn't have to look at me. I'm standing there like a prick looking at this side. As Robbie's straight ahead, killing it.
or he's looking to the point where like I was playing, being like, I wonder if Robbie knows what's going on here. I looked up for a transition or whatever. And he's just staring at me like over the drum kit and looking at me playing. I was like, all right, Robbie's got this. It's all fine. Everyone settled down. So I think like in terms of adjustments to get Robbie in the band, it was seamless.
Minimal.
Like it was generally seamless. He stepped in.
You know, I'm going to throw this at you because I don't know what you have planned musically wise, where you are creatively with the songs and stuff. But I did think when I listened back to Golgotha, and maybe it's just probably 6 years on, the lack, I would say, and I'm not shitting on anybody, but I just think that there's a lack of lead guitar surfacing over the heaviness, and I'm just wondering, Elder Druid 2026, 27, are you going to give us that shade? Robbie, can you do it? Can you give us that? Do you understand?
Yeah, I think
I know heaviness is so important to you. I know that. I'm aware of it. And I'm aware of the live shows as well. But it's just my call on this one. I'm sticking my head out. I'm going, is there a possibility that there could be a few leads coming up over the parapet of fucking pure heaviness.
I completely endorse Robbie to do any lead guitar whatsoever on the band.
I do live. Sometimes I just randomly play something.
The ethos me and us have had for so long, even when Mikey was in the band, when Daniel was playing guitar, the point was you can't dance to a fucking solo, but you can dance to a riff. So that we stepped back from doing lead stuff because I'd rather have 7 riffs in a song than 3 riffs and 10 solos. It's like you want to keep the crowd moving. You don't want someone standing there looking and being like, "Oh, that's a fantastic solo there, lads." But everyone's fucking. I want everyone dancing, and then be like, "Oh, they slowed it down. What a surprise!"
Jack's China Souls is what he's trying
to
say. Jack's China Souls.
I adore.
Thanks, Brien. Thanks, Brien. Yeah. Oh, well, I tried. Robbie surprised me, maybe. You know.
He's already stepping in those shoes, right? Like I can almost guarantee it in the next year, if we're at our shows, there'll be more lead guitar solo stuff coming with us off from Robbie.
I'm not asking for too much. I know where the Druid falls, you know. I know where the chips fall with the Druid, but it's just something that back in the day, because we all knew it, man. Back in 2020, like, name a doom band that fucking did have a solos, you know, but it was accepted back in the time. But I was just thinking that, you know, some of those songs, there could have been just a fucking little shaft of a branch of a fucking solo come up out of it, you know, and you know,
a branch solo. Yeah. That's why we had Dale do some like lead keyboard stuff on Golgotha.
Yeah.
For example, he does some keys.
Yeah, but it was post-production stuff. It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't live. If we give Dale a fucking keyboard on stage, no one's going home. Like we're there at 4 a.m. Dale's doing keyboards so the cows come home.
So Jake, what excites you the most now about writing for Elder Druid?
Running out of ink.
This fucker. Yeah.
Nothing.
He uses this line, I bet you, Brien, for everything. Fucker. Come on, I'll give you that.
Facebook messages, like he just sent me Facebook videos. That's all he does.
No, there's very little new stuff that we've written as a new Elder Druid song. Like we're still trying to flesh out stuff like Coffin Dropper, Armada have never been recorded properly. We had Gambit Caster was one of the songs from Golgotha that never came to fruition. The 2 that we said that we'd drop, which we have dropped.
Pandora's Box.
I don't even fucking know. There was 5 off the Golgotha album that we still need to flesh out. So if we do get to the stage where we're writing a new album, I'd like to take those 5 plus the new one with Robbie, which we haven't really officially named.
What was the idea for the name?
The idea
was it really good?
It's capital of Columbia.
We were going to call it Golgotha. Golgotha is the capital of Columbia, and that's where Daniel was from, or his family was from.
Love it. Yeah.
The work in progress name for the new song we played at the last Crypt is Golgotha.
Right, for fuck's sake, drop Pandora's Box anyway. That is not a fucking Elder Druid title. I'm just fucking telling you now. Don't dare do that on a fucking...
Yeah, no, Golgotha is the first one. I think, like, to answer the question, like, what excites us as a band for writing in the future is just, it's the same thing that's always excited us, which is just sitting down as a group of lads and just playing riffs. Like, that's all we've ever really cared that much about.
Brien, with the greatest respect, 10 Ton Slug have fucking released an album before ye. It is now 6 years since Golgotha. And I'm gonna fucking say it'll be another fucking 2 years before we'll have anything from me.
And you know what? So be it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like, we want to play riffs. We'll go to the live shows and play riffs. When we can get in and record riffs, we'll get in and record riffs. Like, all we care about as a band is us group of lads sitting down and just blasting.
100%. But you're being selfish. That's all I'll say. You're being fucking selfish.
Wait, no one has ever accused us of not being selfish as a band. Let's make that very clear.
Just keeping the album for ourselves.
Yeah, our riffs are for us, for nobody else.
And, you know, like what Daniel was bringing to ye with those two songs, like it just gave us a glimpse of what it could be. How are you going to approach now the fact that once again you're without a vocalist?
We don't know.
We don't
The
know.
honest answer is we don't know. Like this, like
for the meantime, it's instrumental.
The whole thing, like with obviously the Greg stuff, that was kind of, there was an element of that was like, we kind of knew what was coming down the pipeline, and we could like set for the future, and we could kind of make plans. Like the whole thing with Daniel was unexpected, and even beyond a band, personally, emotionally, like I said, it's all so hard.
Of course,
we're all just trying to do the best we can. Like we had, to be honest, like to be completely frank here, we had discussions to again bring the tone down a wee bit. The night we lost Daniel. I remember being in the gym. Jack called me and said, "Look, this has happened. Drop everything straight to Jack's house." And myself and Jack and Dale sat in Jack's house, and we did say, "We're like, are we done? Like, is this could be the end of us? Like, it doesn't." At that point, I didn't feel like there was anything more emotionally we could have given.
Yeah.
That we were like, this might just be what finishes us. Like we don't feel like we could go on beyond that. Like obviously, given a bit of time and space and some healing room.
Yeah, it was the short-term trauma of the whole thing. Like none of us being equipped or aware of how to deal with it. Initially, it seemed like the easy option to be like, yeah, fuck this, we're done. But you know, like a few days passed, a few weeks passed, and we were like, what the fuck would he think?
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say it, man.
Screaming from the rafters, he'd be like, don't you fucking dare stop the band on my behalf. Like,
yeah, 100%.
But it also leaves us, like, to answer your question, actually, with the future in terms of vocals. Part of the problem as well is that leaves us a huge void, where it's like Daniel's like, in terms of, I joked earlier about us being like, the only thing we care about is us being a group of lads playing riffs. Like, Daniel fitted so well into that ethos with us. Like, he was one of us. He was one of our closest friends. Like, that's more what we would need from a vocalist than someone just to do vocals. Like, we want someone.
100%.
It was less the technical prowess.
Which
even though he had technical prowess, it was more just he was a fucking brother to all of us. And it's hard to not just replace a vocalist, but replace a brother. Like that's what I find difficult. Like there's plenty of fucking vocalists who've offered. I won't name any names, but there's been a few people and said, I would love to be the singer. Like, you know, don't be insensitive or anything, but I'd love to like have a go. And we're like, well, we don't fucking know you very well. Like, you know, we grew up around Daniel. He was a guitarist who was chasing that dream of being the singer. And when he finally got his moment, it was two shows.
Yeah.
And it was so like the guys from Stomatics, when Daniel first played as a singer with us, I think it was for Nyleth in December last year. Yeah. And Dave from Stomatics took me aside and he was like, that's the fucking way to go.
Yeah.
I love your instrumental stuff, but Daniel as a vocalist, that's the way to go. And we all agreed on this, and he did the Nyleth show and he played Crypt a few weeks later. We were like, finally, we've got a foundation, like we've got it figured out. And then things happened.
Yeah, I'd say just chill on it, you know. Don't make any decisions.
We're open to vocals. Like there's no realm where we're not saying we're not. Like there's no realm that happens. It's just finding the right fit for us has to be the be all and end all. It's like in terms of personality fits with the band, we need that. Obviously, the actual vocal talent, we need that, which is like that was the godsend of Daniel that he just that gap so perfectly.
Yeah, but both sides think exactly that. Like, it'd be very easy to find someone who could step in technically as a singer, but wouldn't have the camaraderie that we'd have as friends.
Of course.
At the same time, it'd be easy to bring in a friend who doesn't have the technical prowess. So it's very fucking difficult to find someone who can step into his shoes this soon. Like, you know, it's been more fucking 8 months.
Yeah.
7, 8 months, and like I still think it's hard to kind of approach that this
Yeah.
soon.
100%. Yeah.
Someone who was like part of the DNA of the fucking band across
everything. Yeah, he was there like from fucking, as I said, from what I can remember, with the playing the bass and the fucking blood on the fucking bass, man. My God, I think that was, well, it happened numerous of times, but you know, I just have some incredible memories of him. Look, we're honouring him tonight on this show, which is fitting, I would say.
Daniel.
To Daniel, yeah.
Cheers, Richie.
Cheers, lads. So let's talk about Elder Druid also with the new fans, because there is people out there, would you believe, that still have to discover Elder Druid. Now, I know you've a few gigs coming up, and you announced that today, I think. Was it today you announced that, Jake? Yeah?
Just this evening.
Yeah. So
we announced the lineup for Crypt a week or two ago.
Yeah.
So
what a lineup. Holy fuck.
It's tremendous. It's tremendous.
Yeah.
All credit, massive lineup.
Like the guys from Crosser got in touch about a month ago because they were doing some shows in England with Outback. Outback had played Crypt before. Outback's a 3-piece doom band from Brighton that we met in Brighton. We played there. Lovely lads. Had them headline Crypt a couple times ago. But the guys from Crosser said we'd love to organise like a 3-way tour. Crosser, Outback, and Druid at some point. So I said, okay, we'll do all 3 bands on Crypt on the Friday, which is the 8th of January in Voodoo, which is a Friday. And then I said to them, let's try and do a gig on the Thursday and the Wednesday, because we can't do the Saturday because I'm running the second day of Crypt and it's too complicated. So essentially what we announced tonight was Crosser, ourselves, and Outback. Dublin on Wednesday the 6th of January in Fibbers. Limerick on the Thursday in Dolan's, and then Crypt on the Friday. But we're changing who's headlining each night.
Yeah, nice.
I think Dublin's going to be Crosser headline. Limerick's going to be Elder Druid headline, and then Outback. Well, Somatics are headlining the Friday, but Outback are the highest out of the 3 on the bill. I was like, you can have a fist fight with Somatics if you want, but like they're going to come out and talk.
No, that's cool, man. That's great to hear. So, if you'd introduce someone to Elder Druid using 2 songs, which one are you choosing? Which 2 are you choosing? Sorry.
Golgotha and Armada.
Yeah, nice. Sweet.
Golgotha is the one that everyone knows is for. I think a lot of it comes down to Brian's intro on the drums.
Yeah.
It's so fucking notable because every other song, it takes a riff or 2 before people realize what's going on. But with Golgotha, the
straight in from the last song as well.
Yeah.
As soon as that happens, we've been playing it for 6 years. Every fucking gig we play, and that's the last song, and you hear Brien go. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's coming! It's coming!"
Like, yeah.
So it was so difficult to not make that the last song. Always our ender. So 100% Golgotha, and then I would say Armada as the second one because it's still.
Armada's my favorite.
It's still like a doom.
It's amazing song.
Still, 8 minutes, 9 minutes or something. And it's the most simple fucking riffs. It's real slow. It's really heavy, but like it goes back to the it's just riffs. Like at no point is there solos.
Riffs the whole way through.
It's like we'll take you 4 or 5 riffs away, and then come back to the first one, and you'll be like, "Oh fuck, it's perfect."
Yeah.
It's a hard volley for riffs.
Yeah. So next one, what's the biggest crime you can commit in a doom band?
Crime.
Smoking grass.
Crime.
That's the least of it.
Crime. Play the whole set on thing.
I think it's fucking solos, you fuckers. But anyway.
Yeah, well done, right? Any solos?
Solos are grand.
Solos of any kind.
I reckon I'm helping here. I reckon wearing Bermuda shorts on stage in a doom band is a fucking no.
Should do that for next game.
Yeah. Being sober on stage. That's a pretty good.
I like that, Brien. Yeah. Okay.
Every gig, but we'll talk about that.
Are you all? I've helped you out now with that, yeah? So you agree with that, Jake? Anything else? Biggest crime you can commit in the doom band?
What, on stage or off stage?
On stage.
On stage?
Yeah.
I think solos is the only thing. Like the commitment to the riff is resolute.
Yeah.
Playing anything clean, Robbie said it. Like,
Clean,
clean. You play something clean.
Nah.
Yeah. It's like if you drink a clean tone, you gotta have a fuzz tone chaser.
There you go. Okay, cool.
Okay,
this is a good one. This will definitely get you thinking, right? You've been given the keys to the Black Sabbath rehearsal room and told you can steal one thing before you leave. What are you taking?
You can take one thing.
Yeah.
From where?
From Black Sabbath.
The Black Sabbath rehearsal room. You can take one thing. You've been given the keys, so you can take one thing. What are you taking?
Necklace.
The necklace?
Yeah,
why would he leave his necklace in the panther?
Because he was drunk. He had a few drinks.
He doesn't drink.
Actually, he has a few
He's had a few libations, a regular ale. Does a drum kit count as one thing? Because anywhere I go, there's a drum kit and I can steal it. I'm going to steal it.
Maybe the harmonica, Ozzy's harmonica. From
the there you go. Definitely. Okay, I'll give you that one, Jake. Harmonica, yeah. All day fucking long. Nice one. Robbie?
No.
Come on, think of Tony, man. Would you not fucking take one of his shirts or something?
His guitar, lift his guitar.
Take the call. Just steal it.
That's a great one. That's a great one.
What is it?
Steal the cough from Sweetleaf.
Yeah, steal that cough and stuff with Sweetleaf. Whatever was smoked before that, if it's a bong, we're making that bong.
It's done with an MP3.
Oh, that's brilliant. That'll do. Okay, so what's one thing Elder Druid will never agree on?
Beer's fucking stinking.
Your beer's stinking, or is that?
It's your cider.
Yeah, I'm a big cider man.
What we never agree on?
What we never agree on?
When is too much?
I know how the song goes.
No.
Yeah, that's
I believe that, Robbie. Nice one. From an outsider coming in, yes. I'd say, and the guy in the middle is the biggest fucking problem, I'd say.
I got that right. How slow the riffs?
Yeah.
Like, there'll be an agreement on how much we can slow down the riff.
Yeah.
Like, we get to the end of a song, we'll play at half speed, we'll play at quarter speed, but every time it's just slower and slower every single time.
Speed.
Oh, man.
Right speed, but we'll play it slow.
Okay, so, right, this is one of the last questions, right, of this side of it, just to bring a little lightheartedness into it. Right, so the Metal Cell have Elder Druid on the bill, and you've got 5 minutes before you go on. What's playing in the dressing room? What song?
Into the Void.
Yeah, Into the Void. Yeah, 100%.
Sabbath.
One of the only covers we've ever played as a band.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
we played Into the Void in the Arago.
Yeah, and
a really obscure venue in Belfast, and we were like really trying our best to learn Into the Void. And we get up on stage, and I started off like and we get like 30 seconds into it, and some fucking guy at the back of the room is like, "Let Sabbath play Sabbath." And we were like, "Okay, we're never playing a cover again."
Yeah,
oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah, we never did. But it's like it has been like a steadfast.
Yeah, like there's been like loads of shows we played, just by chance. Whoever's organising the music has played into the void before we get on stage. So it was our choice, and also something that's happened
I think
a lot.
I was actually asked before we played in Bloodstock if we wanted a song
Played
before we went on Bloodstock.
All right.
Yeah, we're like playing to the void.
Fuck. Nice.
It's the best riff.
Okay. So final question, lads. 6 years after Golgotha, after all the twists and turns, what is it that still makes Elder Druid worth fighting for?
These fucking lads here.
The boys.
All
the
boys here.
Yeah.
It
It's
is
the boys
through and through.
I'm Dale. He's not here.
It's a brother.
Yeah,
The music comes second. It's our fucking relationship between each other and what we're comfortable with doing. Whether it be good music, bad music, or no music, it's the lads.
It's the lads, yeah. Nice one. Jake, Robbie, Brien, thanks a million for coming on. Shout out to Dale, who can't be here tonight. And as I said, we're dedicating this episode to Daniel. Rest in power.
Cheers.
Cheers, lads.
Richie, appreciate it, mate.
All the best, lads. And crucially, support your local metal scene. Thank you.